Jewish holiday of Sukkot, Jews bless over the 4 plant species mentioned in the Torah, representing 4 types of people: the arava, the Hadas, lulav, and the etrog. The etrog is a citron fruit with a smell and flavor and can potentially cost the Jewish consumer hundreds of dollars for the perfect citrus fruit.
We have in the Torah Taryag mitzvot. One of the mitzvot of Taryag mitzvot is the blessing of the 4 kinds, which symbolize all the different kinds of Jews that are in the Jewish people and nation. Etrog has flavor and scent, and that also implies on the kinds of people that have mitzvot and good deeds.
Eliezer Daube has been in the business of growing Etrog citrus fruit for over 35 years. He employs 15 farmers here in Kadima, along with additional farms across the country. The tradition implies that the citron they grow must look magnificent.
Etrog's meaning in the Torah is a citron fruit, beautiful and aesthetic. How can etrog be called aesthetic? We have criteria in the halacha. The halacha gives guidelines as to what is classified as etrog mehuda, what is a kosher etrog, what is medium etrog. We try to make the etrog mehuda, that means clean, with a nice elongated elliptic growth, not like a ball-shaped, with a good color which is not too green and not too yellow, and that's what we are working on the whole year. The judgment in the etrog not only requires for it to be clean, polished and nurtured, but it also must be shaped like a cone, similar to a tower, broad on the base and slowly growing narrower on the top. This etrog is very aesthetic, because its shape of growth is getting narrower and narrower towards the top, and its tip seals the picture. It's completely clean, and the demand for such etrog is enormous.
It takes about a year to care for the etrog tree and allow it to yield the citrus fruit, which needs to be grown and kept in a particular manner. Every etrog fruit receives individual treatment.
Every etrog receives personal treatment. The etrog begins when it's tiny, coming out of the flower, and then we keep it from pests, spraying during all the summer months so that the etrog will remain clean. We take a thing like this, for example, tie the etrog in such a way that it will not move on the tree. So in a case of wind or any other disturbances upon the tree, the etrog will remain firmly in its place. So the etrogs receive personal treatment, and we try very hard so that they will reach the consumer properly. Here we have, for example, this etrog is that, kosher lebraka, not mehuda, and why? In its center there's a small spot, and that spot makes it defect.
When I come up to a tree, I look at an etrog and I see a slit in it, and it simply feels like a slit in the heart, because the etrog we grow is like a baby. Each etrog is cared for as if it was a baby in the growing process and later on in the washing. We feel like it's ours because every etrog is unique.
The etrog business requires much labor and effort, and the product can get quite pricey.
The prices for an etrog to the consumer move around between $10 up to $300. We treat the etrog not as a fruit but as a diamond. We work in a business which is in fact agriculture, but it's a diamond polishing plant in field condition, like the diamond cutter that cleans and fixes and sets the diamond and polishes. This is what we do with the etrog, because the demand is that it will be totally clean, fancy, beautiful and aesthetic. That is the maximum demand of the Jews that want to bless on an etrog. Mehuda Shiba Mehuda, and they are willing to pay any price.
When
you're sitting under a tree looking at the etrog, it pleases the heart because you see something beautiful.
From the etrog farms, the citron fruit is washed, sorted, and packaged, and is then sent over to stores so that Jews can purchase and bless over it, along with the 3 other plants, on this holiday. For JN1, I'm Sivan Raviv, Kadima, Israel.